We're with Mike DeVanney, who is organizing this write-in effort for Mark DeSantis. What's that all about?
Well, I wouldn't say that I'm the sole organizer, but I'm part of a large group of people who are absolutely committed that the voters in the city of Pittsburgh need a choice in the November election. And we're doing everything we can in the remaining 24 hours to make sure that city Republican voters, write in the name Mark DeSantis so that the voters have a choice in the fall.
Mark DeSantis is a Republican.
Mark DeSantis is a registered Republican who has a breadth of experience in private sector, in government, in philanthropy, in community organizations, and he's somebody who's going to be a great mayor in the city of Pittsburgh.
Can a Republican really win in the city of Pittsburgh?
Well, there's no doubt that it's difficult, but there's evidence that it has been done in other cities, and one selecting Republicans, they've governed well. I mean, look at Rudy Giuliani in New York and Michael Bloomberg in New York. These are registration statistics that are similar to those of Pittsburgh. And these are Republicans who won in overwhelmingly Democratic vicinities, and they have been able to govern exceedingly well.
Does Luke Ravenstahl really need a Republican opponent?
Look, there are so many challenges that the city of Pittsburgh faces over the next couple of years. It's important that there's a debate. It's important that the citizens of Pittsburgh really see two competing visions for this region, and we're committed to making that happen by putting Mark DeSantis on the ballot. Well,
tell us about Mark DeSantis' vision for the city of Pittsburgh. Who is he and what does he think?
Well, a group of us, after Bill Peduto pulled out of the primary and there was not going to be a contestation of ideas, got together and we said, let's look at this in a novel way. Let's figure out who would be the best mayor and then try to recruit that person to actually run for office. And we continue to come back to Mark DeSantis. He has worked in government. He has worked in the private sector here in Pittsburgh, creating jobs, making payrolls, bringing in high-tech, good-paying jobs to this region. He teaches at CMU. He was involved in the bipartisan Citizens for Democratic Reform group that brought row office reform, saving taxpayers money. I mean, this is a guy who's terribly prepared to be mayor of the city in these times.
But he's not ready yet to say he wants to be mayor. I've talked to him. I know that.
Well, we as a party have to prove something to him, and everyone at home, all registered Republicans who are interested in having a choice, can help us prove that by going out tomorrow and writing him in. We need 250 Republicans in the city to write in the name Mark DeSantis. If they do that, we're committed, and Mark's committed to having an aggressive, professional, and really impressive campaign here in the city of Pittsburgh, which will give voters a clear choice.
Do you think Luke Ravenstahl is going to get a write-in effort on the Republican side as well?
Well, every single voter can write anybody in, but we're hopeful that people will write in Mark DeSantis, who is a registered Republican, who is committed to fighting for this region, and we've had an aggressive effort over the last few weeks to try to bring this attention to the voters.
Tell us about that effort.
Sure. Well, we've had volunteers who have been doing phone banking out of the Republican headquarters. Republicans in the city have voted, or have received, who are likely to vote, will be receiving mail. We've also have an aggressive election day effort. We're going to have folks at the polls. So if you're a Republican in the city of Pittsburgh, I would encourage you to get out and vote. This is an important opportunity to have your voice heard, and I think this will be the first step in reforming city government tomorrow by getting Mark DeSantis on the ballot by writing him in.
Mike, how difficult with these new machines is it to write in a candidate?
Sure, I think it's actually much easier. I went over to the election department myself and typed away on the machine. I find it much easier than the old machines. I mean, all you'll do is when you see the office of mayor, there will be a vacancy, there will be a spot for write-in. You click on the write-in, a screen, which is a keyboard, will come up. You just type in the name Mark DeSantis, and you hit accept, and it's easy as that.
Should voters in the Democratic side pay any attention to what's going on with the Republican Party here?
Well, I think all voters should pay attention because the issues that we're going to debate in this election are so paramount to the future of the region. This is about a Republican until 8 p.m. tomorrow, and then this is about every single voter in the city of Pittsburgh. Regardless of party, we're going to be reaching out to every voter to support Mark's candidacy, Mark's vision for Pittsburgh, and really one that is going to be vastly different from what we currently see.
Well, for folks watching this, why should people vote for Mark DeSantis over Luke Ravenstahl?
Well, we're going to have a campaign over the next couple of months to lay out that case. I mean, what Republicans need to do tomorrow is to make sure that they write his name in so that we can have that case made.
So you're not prepared yet to say why he's a better candidate?
Well, I'm not the candidate. I wouldn't be standing here. I wouldn't have been volunteering the number of hours that I have and many others have if we didn't believe he was the person best prepared to lead this city at this time. But we're going to have an entire campaign to really, distinguish between his qualifications and the current mayor's.
Mike DeVanney, thank you very much.
Thank you, John.